Hey everybody, this is Matthew Iovanni. I'm the CEO of FullFunnel. We are a revenue operations support organization working in South America, North America, and Europe. One of the things I want to talk with you guys about today is the idea of what is the product or outcome of a demand gen program. I've had the privilege this week of working with a whole mess of companies, two of which were in sort of that Series A, Series B type of zone. And one of the things that became apparent as I was talking to these organizations is this idea of trying to rationalize what an SDR BDR role is supposed to do and how that relates to the overall demand gen program when trying to compare SDR BDRs to inbound marketing. First, I want everyone to remember that the entire outcome of a demand gen program is supposed to be an introductory discovery call with your ICP, or your ideal client profile, your ideal prospect demographic. Now, it doesn't matter if that interaction happens through an outbound prospecting effort, inbound leads. It really doesn't matter. However, you do have to understand sort of the cost basis to get to that point in time, which is a discovery call, where you're sitting across the table from a potential buyer that matches your ideal client profile. The idea of sort of demand generation and pipeline management, they intersect at what is effectively a discovery call. So demand gen is supposed to get the horse to water, and the pipeline management process is supposed to get the horse to drink. So one of the things that I find very often is people will say something effective like, well, this SDR, BDR, they were setting up meetings, but there was just no revenue coming from those meetings. And the first question I'll always ask is like, were the meetings with approved accounts? And were they, with the people that you were meeting, were they your ICP, your ideal client profile? If the answer is yes, the BDR SDR is doing their job. What you probably have is some form of a market absorption issue, or you have some form of an issue with product market fit. If you think that you should have a very quick sales cycle, but you don't, it's really more of a product problem than it is a demand gen problem. The criteria for your ICP can change. You can always augment the targeting. You could focus on accounts that seem to move quicker, so on and so forth. But in this particular instance, this organization had 100 accounts that they were giving each individual SDR BDR role, and they were asked to go out and get these meetings. If that SDR BDR is getting those meetings for those account executives to go through that discovery process and demo, they're doing their job. Don't forget that that is the process of what demand gen is. It is supposed to get to a meeting with your ideal client profile. Something to keep in mind as you're going through your budgeting cycles for next year, as you start to rationalize, like, where are you spending money and what are you spending money on? For demand gen, it's always producing interactions with your ICP. That's the objective. Keep that in mind while you're doing your budget cycles for next year, and also keep that in mind as you're thinking about your leverage ratios for your sales team. Thanks.